Hey friends, welcome to the how-to video for the wind turbine project. Check out some of the materials you're going to get and some examples to draw inspiration from before we walk you through just how we built this one. In order to get going on that model we just showed you, we're going to get going on the tower base and make it out of cardboard. It's essentially a tall cube, so build 4 sides and make sure they match each other. If you've done some projects with us before, then you know that hot glue bonds cardboard super well, and nothing is different here. And if you are building a cool tower or structure to help support your wind turbine, and you want to make it look as cool as you can, make sure to line the edges up as much as you can with each other. Finally, we add our 4th side, and it looks like we have a good foundation to build from. For this model in particular, we wanted to put some holes through our tower so the blades have something to spin around in. But we want to make it big enough where we can insert a straw in there, which has much less friction. An easy way to make that larger hole is to just spin around that dowel and slowly carve out the cardboard until the straw can squeeze in. And if you're really set with your design, you can always add some hot glue, which will ensure it won't go anywhere. And here comes the fun part. What we want to do now is get out this foam cube from your supply list. And then grab one of the bigger dowels, make a hole in the back of it, pull it out, put a little bit of hot glue in there, and stick it back in to really cement it. Then we can put the support for the blades on there. This time, grab the little dowels or skewers and stick them in the sides, nice and evenly spaced. For these ones, you may be able to get away with not hot gluing them at all. And friends, this is where you can really make your design your own. While you're brainstorming your fins for your turbine, play with all different shapes of fins, sizes of fins, angles of fins, and even amount of fins. So our work is finally starting to resemble a wind turbine. And for this example, we're going to outfit it with 4 blades. And do you notice how they're all evenly spaced? Check out the shape and material that we used in this case. We decided to go with what we'd like to call an average length and an average width, and we made 4 of them. After getting our first one cut out, we traced it 3 more times to make sure that they were all the same size. You may or may not need an extra set of hands here, but try taping the blade to the dowel that you just stuck in. Here are a few close-up looks before we thread it through the straw. And speaking of the straw, it's not quite ready. We need to snip off the back end, which exposes the back of that dowel. We'll need that for the testing portion. You may have noticed that at the end of the last video, the tower fell forward, but when the wind is blowing it, it might blow backwards. Our tall and skinny tower isn't exactly the most stable, so we built this cool foundation to help it out against the gusts. Well, we hope that got you excited to get to building and using the engineering design process. We will see you in the next video where we're going to show you how to test and evaluate your project. And just in case you need to make any changes to your wind turbine, lucky for you, you don't need to climb up hundreds of feet like the person in this picture.